Welcome back to the Pitch Pod, everyone. I'm Jeff, and we are going to be reviewing the upcoming Liverpool v Newcastle match. And prior to doing that, I just want to point out we had some pretty exciting matches today. If you got a chance to watch, Arsenal, the former number one team in the league, Arsenal, yes, that same one, actually ended up losing at home today. They lost 2-0 to West Ham. West Ham's a great squad, great team, and good form. So I don't want to necessarily take anything away from them. It was a great victory from them, but definitely unexpected that Arsenal would lose at home at this point in the season, number one, being in relatively good form. So it's going to be interesting to see how Mike Arteta goes back and looks at the game and comes out for the next one with a different strategy or formation lineup, perhaps. But yeah, that was kind of the big shock and the big news in the Premier League world today, at least. But we're going to look at the Liverpool Newcastle game, as I said. Looking at Liverpool first, they are currently now the number one team in the league. They have been in good form as of late, led by Mo Salah and Van Dijk as the center back. As of late, I haven't been overly impressed with what I've seen from a strategy perspective, which is surprising because Klopp is always known to be very precise and professional and prepared. But when I watched them play against Arsenal, it seemed like the game plan was get the ball to Mo Salah, let him do some magic. Hopefully it works. And I was a little disappointed to see that. They ended up pulling off a draw somehow, but it really looked like that was Arsenal's match. And, they did fine. They've been doing fine in terms of possession. Defensively, they've been doing fine. But it was kind of noticeable the number of corner kicks they got last match. I believe it was 11 at the end, and very little to show from it. They had trouble hitting Van Dijk. Most of the services were okay, but still Van Dijk wasn't getting his head on too many. Darwin got in and did, but before him, they just seemed to be overall struggling with converting and showing support for Salah up top. So that was difficult to see. However, I'm sure they're happy they pulled off the draw against Arsenal. Then looking at the Magpies. So talk about a team not in good form. I think they have 9 pretty serious senior player injuries, including Nick Pope, their starting goalkeeper. And I know Eddie Howe is a great manager, and he's doing the best he can. Still lots of season left, so I don't want to count them out by any means. They're still sitting in 8th place, and they finished well last season. I expect that once those players get back on the pitch and they're able to contribute, it might not be too late to turn things around and have a strong finish for the end of the season. But as of right now, some big injuries, and I think that they're going to struggle mostly offensively because right now the load is way too heavy on Almiron's shoulders, and he's a great player. He can take over a game, but going into this match at Anfield, the number one team who just had a draw with Arsenal, I can't see the Magpies pulling this one off, and that's tough to say as a Newcastle fan. But I think the way this is going to go down, I think it's going to be a Liverpool victory, 2-0. You might as well put Mo Salah down for one of those goals. The other one, I have a feeling might come off the corner this week. I think we can see Van Dijk or Darwin getting up with their height and getting their head on the ball. So that's what I would expect out of one of those two. So yeah, that's my prediction is 2-0. Hopefully it's a closer match, but being the form that Newcastle's currently in, I don't see that happening in this away match. Again, hopefully in a couple of weeks they have the reserves back and can put forth a better effort. But that's my prediction on this New Year's Day game hopefully everyone out there gets a chance to tune in and enjoy it and has a prosperous 2024 ahead of them. So happy New Year, everyone, in advance. And till next time.
Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. If you like what we bring you here at the Pitch Pod, please do us a favor, hit that like and that subscribe. Don't forget, we're available on Apple Podcasts as well as Spotify. Thank you, everyone, and keep pitching out there.
In a game, the round ball, round posts, anything can happen.